morning. Hello and welcome to my daily vlog. Today we're going to be fixing the rest of that cattle shed. So we're building a new cattle shed, putting the gates on and the bits and pieces to make it actually function. So stay tuned for that. First we've got to bed up and feed the cattle, so we'll do that now. So we're just feeding everywhere out, and then what we'll do is we'll come in and straw these up after that. It's just me and Noah today. Maybe Ben might come along as well a little bit later, but he's stuck in traffic. It's fairly bad outside the farm, so I'm on my billy at a minute. So there we are on the TM boost. Right, I've finished feeding now. Onto the bedding. So we'll get on the McHale and John Deere combo. Oh, that's making it sing a bit. It's this long barley straw, it really does pull it down. Right, Hereford loving it. They'll be eating a bit of that straw as well. As you can see, he's on it, eating it, wagging his tail. Right, I've come down here. We got the gate on yesterday. This is the pen that we're going to be making. So what we're going to do, instead of welding bars on to the top here, which, you know, is not a good idea because it means we'd have to cut them off when we put the next panel on. Yes, there is a difference in thickness of the posts, because a lot of these were used from when we had the fire in this shed here, so that's why the wall is on a bit of an angle, because some of the posts are a different thickness. We're going to tie gates up like this, and then that's going to stop the cows smashing the sheets to pieces. But I need to put a piece of steel coming out on the end here to be able to latch into. So I'm just going to do a bit of measuring, and got a lumper box here to make something. So we've got the chop saw there, and I need to make a piece that sort of looks like that. Then in these corners we're going to miter them. And yeah, hopefully we can then just weld that to the girder, and it's a place to put the gate pin. So I've just altered the chop saw so we can get one in at 45 degrees. We'll get this that we've already marked with some pen there and cut these down. But of course when I come to use it, it's not got enough disc to go all the way through, so I have disconnected it. Oh, I didn't even thought I hadn't then. There it is, look, the plug's off. And we're taking that off, and we're going to put a new disc in. So I've cut that one like that. Then I need to cut this one then, like in that sort of line, so that I can get the other one on. Well, I think my welds are getting better. I'm not saying they're perfect, but I think they're getting better. Right, I've got my mask on, boom, and we're going to go around now. I've got some other bits to weld the gates up in place. We've got a generator welder, which we borrowed off somebody to do this job, because I don't think we've got enough extension cables to get down to where we want to. So I've got some bits welded on. I've welded in the catch, so that now shuts, and there's a little bit of weight on it, which is what we want. I've also welded on these bits. Now these look shocking, but anybody that's ever tried to weld gal, you're not supposed to weld it. We're in a very open area. But you very much aren't supposed to weld galvanised because of the chemicals it gives off. And it makes it very difficult because it bubbles when it as it welds, so you get like horrible bits like that. And as you can see, we're clear of all the hay, but we've got a water trough over there if we need to put any little bits of flames out, and I've got a bucket so we can just, well, luckily we've been all right. Now I need to find out if the gate fits on here, because if it doesn't, I've welded these on so well, it'll take me forever to get them off. and it'll be a real massive pain, but fingers crossed we'll be all right. So these are the gates that they've tied up, or Noah's tied up, should I say, to keep the cattle off the tin sheets, because they'll just end up pushing the tin sheets and knocking them. It took a long time for him to do that, whereas if we'd have put the concrete panels up, it wouldn't have took much time at all. But anyway, that's what that is. We want some more there, and then I think we've got a concrete panel that actually fits in this gap here, so we'll get that sorted a little bit later. So I've just had a walk to pick up some more bits. It's yeah, it's amazing how bad a job you can do when you're far away from the workshop. You've not got all the tools, and you think to yourself, right, I need this, this, and this, and then yeah, you get round there and you realise there's no gate. Crooks in the gate that's been fetched round here. So yeah, so I need to get that. Right, let's crack on. Look at these guys all chilling. That's what we like. All laid together. Huh? Oh yeah, they're looking very nice. That's what we want. We want them laid down. When they're laying down, that's when they're chewing the cud, digesting that feed. We know that they're happy. Yeah, if they stood up all the time, it's no good. So that's why we put all that straw in there. We want them to get laid down. Right, I'm struggling on, trying to get this on my own. We'll just keep pulling it on the tines, and then we'll manage to get a nut on this one, hopefully, because it's nearly there. Fingers crossed. There we go. I think that took Ben and 3 of them about 10 minutes the other day, so I've just done that fairly easy, although I can't get that to thread on now. I'll just need 2 hands to give it a push. So I've got that spinning. I'll just back off with the JCB, lift it up at the far end, then we'll just be able to spin that by hand rather than it's taking a long time doing half a turn to a go. So we'll use this. We'll just give it a little bit of a lift. Hopefully should do it. Well, that's it, we've got 1 gate on and another, so I've welded this into here. And then the concrete panel will go on top of there. It'll be fairly tight for room, but it will go in. Bin men have just been, sorted that job out. Oh, I need to turn this mixer off. I've got on now a very mucky concrete panel. I need to find the fittings that go into it, so you know what the best thing is, we'll take it to where we need it. Sorry, not to where we need it, but a bit closer to where the fittings are, and I can make sure we've got the right ones, and make sure the holes are free as well. Noah's going on to town now, he's washing it all off, look, like a brand new one. So we're missing the lifters, so I'm just ringing Cowgill, see if they've got one. Jim's going to get back to me. And Ben says when he dropped, so him and Ash had to put a panel back up because Ben knocked one off one day. And he says it might be in there. So we'll go and have a look, see if that's the case. Says there might be in here, look at this one. It looks like he's nearly dead, but he's just that relaxed. It's that relaxed, mate, aren't you? Hey, chilled out. We'd like to see. It's this panel here. It's got some missing. I think Ben knocked it off when they were mucking out or something. But it feels like they are the other size, to be fair. Ben's driving around the yard because he can't walk. He also needs to get his headlight fixed on his car. It's illegal, that. It's illegal, that. I'll say in comments. So now we're on feeding up. It's getting darker. It's getting darker today. I feel like we've achieved something though. We've got those gates on. It is pretty much a solid yard. I need to find another thing for lifting the concrete panels, unfortunately, unless we take another way of doing it. But we'll look into that tomorrow. We'll get these fed now. Yeah, we've got lots happening. And we might get finished early-ish or on time, which would be nice. Oh, we've just had a merchandise delivery. So we've got a big box of merch ready to go. I will be trying to get that online very, very soon. I realise I haven't told you actually where I'm going next week, have I? Well, I'll tell you where I'm going, and then we'll keep a bit mystery just to drag it out a little bit longer and a bit more. So I'm off to the country I am visiting is Slovakia. So I've never been to Slovakia before. Bratislava is one of the places that obviously I'm flying into. And then we're going to go and do some stuff around that. But why am I going to Slovakia? Why am I going to Bratislava? Yeah, but nobody guessed it right anyway. A lot of people said Poland, France, Germany I think was one of them. So nobody guessed Slovakia, but that is where I'm going. If you want to have a guess at what I'm up to, then let me know in the comments and have a think about any tips about Slovakia. Do you know about Slovakia, Noah? No. Me neither. No, he's never left Barnsley as lad. No, he went to Isle of Man actually, didn't you once? Yeah. Right, thank you very much for watching. We will see you in tomorrow's video, and yeah, cattle shed finished, which is good. Well, nearly finished. Getting there. Right, thanks for watching. Bye. Oh, before we do go, Womersley's have just been with some cattle, so I'll show you the wagon in the dark if we can see it. There she goes. Beast. That's all folks, thanks for watching. See you in the next one.